was such a great reading month! Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I'm Andrew. Today I have got my August 2021 wrap-up for you. But before we get to that wrap-up, make sure you're liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now that said guys, let's get into everything that I read this month. And to start off, when I announced this TBR, I straight up said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it all. And yeah, I didn't end up reading it all, but I did end up reading a lot of it. And so let's talk about the one book that I did DNF, and that would be right here, Priory of the Orange Tree. I opened my big mouth and said, you know what? If there's enough people out there who want to read Priory of the Orange Tree, I'll read it with you. Well, guess what happened, guys? I started this book, and I realized quite quickly that this prose doesn't work for me. And so I made it, I think, through the first chapter. And literally, I read the line, I had seen him, and I cannot unsee him. And I started paying attention really, really quickly. Because once I see a descriptor like that, I can notice it over and over and over again, and it's going to drive me nuts. So unfortunately, I had to hang my head in shame and bow out of the unofficial read-along because I couldn't do it. And when I was reading this, I also wasn't in the best headspace at the time. The beginning of the month was a bit rough for me, but I'm doing a lot better now, and I got a lot of reading done this month. But yeah, so unfortunately, I will not be putting this back on DNF Redemption because I do know that it is just a book that is not a it's not a read of circumstance. I literally just didn't vibe with the prose. And so this was going to find a new home somewhere. And then I do a monthly buddy read with my good friend Walker from Walker Writes 7, whose channel I will have linked down below. And this month we chose The Howling Dark by Christopher Rocchio. And unfortunately I pushed this one. And the reason for that is when we buddy read Empire of Silence a couple months ago, we both were kind of lukewarm on it. For me, I was pulling a bunch of like just tidbits that I had read in other books that while I'm reading Empire of Silence, it was reminding me of the other book that I had read, like Farseer, Name of the Wind, and just all of these other books. And I was thinking of those books while I was reading Empire of Silence, which was still beautifully written and really, really great. I just had a lot of recency bias while reading it. But it had a great hook at the end, and so I was super excited. Well, what Mr. Christopher Rocchio decided to do was to subvert expectations, and then you get like a 30-year time jump right at the beginning. And so I had this knee-jerk reaction where I was excited for that hook at the end, and so I put it down. Like, I was mad because I was excited to read the story that I thought I was going to be getting. And I actually went on to Mike's Book Reviews and messaged Christopher Rocchio because he hangs out there a lot because he and Mike are buddies. And I was like, hey, what happened, man? And he was like, yeah, that was mean. I am so sorry. He's like, don't worry. It does loop back around. It does explain itself. It'll be fine. And I trust him on this. And so this was just a soft DNF. It was a push. I had a knee-jerk reaction to it. I need to go back with a more open mind and give this another shot. Because the fourth book, I think, comes out in February. Which, if you haven't seen that cover art, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. But yeah, I'm excited to get back to this. I will give it another shot. I hope to have this read before the end of the year. So those are the two that I didn't read. I'm sorry. I will do better. I will be better. I am better. I can be better. We will see. Probably. I might be lying. Anyway, let's get into the other books that I read while I dropped a couple. One that I read that I really, really enjoyed, but I didn't end up loving. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, and that is The Dark That Dwells by Matt Digman and Ryan Roddy. And what's really cool about this is I'm going to link this up in the cards. They did a book trailer, a 1-year anniversary book trailer for The Dark That Dwells, and they took a bunch of clips from a bunch of booktubers, and me being one of them from when I first hauled this book. I am super, I was just chuffed to bits. And guys, This is a very, very interesting, very, very unique sci-fantasy story. This could easily be a video game script. And I thought that was really, really compelling. It's got really, really interesting characters, really, really interesting technology, and it's just brim full of concepts that are just super big brain that I would not have thought to see in a book this short. And the only issue I had is it felt like it was rushed instead of fast-paced, and that there was a little bit of plot armor for certain antagonists that I didn't quite understand, and I didn't felt was adequately explained during my read through this. So I am looking forward to the second book, and I did enjoy my read. It wasn't the 5-star mind blow that I thought it was going to be. And then moving right along to another booktube darling, we've got Senlin Ascends. That's right, I finally read it. Thank you, Megan and Evie, for sending me the physical copies. I have been listening to Alan and all sorts of people just hype this book for months. And I finally have it in my brain. It's in my brain. It lives there rent-free. Guys, I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was a great, great start. I don't think it quite lived up to all the hype. It just didn't quite meet where I thought it was going to be. And that's just due to the structure of the book. Literally, if you don't vibe with Senlin, then this book is just not going to work for you. Because he's not some great warrior or some wise wizard or the chosen one. Nah, he's like me. He's you. He's that guy over there. He's that bloke over there. He's this dude behind me. You know, it could be anybody. Senlin is just a priggish schoolmaster who lives out in the village who had no idea what he was getting into when he went on his honeymoon. And literally, he's just lost his wife, and he's trying to find her. And literally, as you move through each level of the tower, you grow and you appreciate Senlin more for who he is. And that's why I really, really enjoyed this book. And I cannot wait for Arm of the Sphinx, y'all. I am excited for Arm of the Sphinx. All right, and then I have got right here, Calibans War. This is book 2 in The Expanse. Guys, this is, it was a great return to The Expanse. Honestly, it's so heartwarming to just see a book improve so much, because I had major issues with the writing in Leviathan Wakes. Specifically, just the care that was given to the dialogue and the world building is all improved greatly here in Calibans War. Literally, the dialogue is better. I get more like backstory, more world building, more enriching of the story. And there's great characters here. Avasarla and Bobby are fantastic. And Holden gets called an idiot by everybody in this book constantly. And I am here for it. Because, yeah, he be dumb. Loved Calibans War. And then there was The Fifth Elephant. Cha-cha! The 5th book in the City Watch collection of Discworld. And I'm growing sad because I think I've only got 3 more City Watch books left. And it saddens me because I know the City Watch makes cameos in the other collections and other books, but it's not going to be the same. I will never be able to experience a City Watch book for the first time again. And I loved just revisiting, you know, Carrot and Angua and Vimes and Nobby, Colin. Just everybody in this book, Sybil Ramkin, is just fantastic. I love this, and I would take 40 City Watch books from Sir Terry Pratchett. I wish he had written 45 of them. 50. I would read them all. I love the City Watch. It is just so good. And then we read in the Whistly Duo Discord, we started our Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn read-along. And guys, we are reading this from August to November, I believe. We're breaking up to Green Angel Tower over 2 months because it's massive. It's unwieldy, it's a brick. You will hurt yourself if you hit yourself in the head with it. Just kind of like that. Just ow. This is Dragonbone Chair. Don't worry, I'm fine. You don't need to call emergency services. That said, guys, it was great coming back to the Dragonbone Chair. I first read this 6 years ago, and I advocated for a read-along in the Discord, and Nico finally capitulated and let me do this. No, I'm just kidding. He really enjoyed it as well. It was so great revisiting with Benedict, Simon, Isgrimnor, and Miriamel, and just Joshua. I loved Dragonbone Chair. It's dark, it's epic, it's slow, it's dense, and it's just so beautiful. I cannot wait to get to the Stone of Farewell. And then I read the third and final book in the Iconoclast, guys. I cannot believe how good this was. This turned everything on its head and just, chef's kiss, Mike Shell. Chef's kiss. And on that note, I am going to be doing a read-along with co-hosted by Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. I think we're going to start in October. And then at the end, I believe, so far I've got a soft yes, but we are going to basically do an interview with Mike Shell talking about the Iconoclasts. So yes, I just finished the trilogy, and I'm already gearing up for a reread. I am so excited, and there will be more details to come. So keep an eye out for that. All right, and then in the completed books, these are 2 ebooks because, frankly, I only own the first book in physical copy, and I am looking to get the next 4, but I really want to get them signed, and so I'm waiting to hear back. But I finally am caught up on Nightmare Land Chronicles, and guys, the review is coming soon for both Flashlighters and City of Blood. I cannot wait for Lily. I mean, Lily is going to be the 6th book. And guys, it's just, it was brilliant. It was mad. It was dark. It was nightmarish. It was full of heart. I read both of these novellas this month. And I am just, I'm in love. I love it! Daniel's a mad genius. And frankly, he made me love horror again. I haven't loved horror in 12 to 13 years. And I think the last horror book I read prior to Nightmare Land Chronicles was The Shining back in community college. It has been a long time since I read those. And after that, there are the ones that I am still in the middle of. It is currently the 29th, so I do have a couple days to wrap these up. I'm pretty much like, I'm sure I'm going to get there. I may take over 100 pages of one book into September. I don't know, but that book would be Empire in Black and Gold. I am currently on page 383 with 2 days to spare. I am most of the way through that. Guys, I love Shadows of the Apt. This is part of a read-along over at Library of Alexandria, where they are reading the first 4 Shadows of the Apt books because they are kind of like their own self-contained arc. And I can't believe how much I enjoy the Empire in Black and Gold so far. This is, I'm bouncing between 4.5 and 5 constantly. I can't decide. We will see where I'm at when I reach right there. But I mean, just Che and Selma and Timizin and just all of these characters are so well written, and it's so full of great ideas. I can't believe how much I am enjoying this. I will be doing a dedicated review for Empire in Black and Gold. And then I am sad that this is the end for the Dragonlance Chronicles read-along. There will be a live show sometime this month. I just need to kind of reach out to everybody and get it scheduled. It will be here on my channel. I am hosting that one. I've got that much left in Spring Dawning. I am a little bit into part 2 of, I believe, 3. And it is a bittersweet reread for me because I'm realizing that I think Dragons of Autumn Twilight is my favorite. Spring Dawning starts out very just kind of, there's a lot of puppy love going on that I just am not a huge fan of. There's love triangles and miscommunication tropes, kind of abused a little bit. And I know where this book ends up, so I'm looking forward to that. It's just, it's kind of bittersweet. I can speak, I promise, to be done with this. So I will give my full spoiler thoughts in the live show. So keep on the lookout for that. And then one that I did forget to include on the list, I read The Golden Fool this month as well, which is book 2 in the Tawny Man. I cannot believe how much I loved this book. This book was slow. It was dense. This was like Name of the Wind on steroids. I fell in love with Fitz, just exploring his day in the life at Buckkeep and the stakes that he has to deal with by re-immersing himself in this world. Guys, Tawny Man may be a new favorite in the realm of the Elderlings. Maybe top 10 series and trilogies of all time for me. I will see what happens with, I believe, Fool's Fate, I think is the next one. Yes, Fool's Fate? Survey says yes, it is the Fool's Fate. So that said, guys, that is everything that I read in August of 2021. Let me know in the comments down below how your reading month went. What did you love? What didn't you love? What are you looking forward to in September? Let's just have a good old bookish discussion. Or if you want to talk on a more regular basis, you can check that description link down below for the link to the Wizardly Duo Discord. We would love to have you. We have got reading sprints. We have got book gift exchanges. We have got giveaways. We have got discussions. We have got everything going on in that Discord. We would love to have you there. So, till next time, guys, peace out. Stay magical. Bye.